What actually happens after an arrest in West Texas? If someone you love has just been arrested in West Texas, the next 12 to 48 hours won't look anything like what you see on TV. After an arrest in West Texas, most people remain in custody for at least 24 to 48 hours. Even if bail is eventually posted, you're probably expecting them to be released within a few hours. You're already wondering when you can post bail and bring them home. But here's what nobody tells you. Even after bail is posted, release does not happen immediately. Before bail is even set, there is an entire legal and administrative process that must happen first, step by step, hour by hour. In this video, we're breaking down what actually happens after an arrest in West Texas, based on decades of experience navigating this system. By the end, you'll know exactly what to expect, why delays happen, and when families usually panic so you don't have to. The arrest moment. Expectation versus reality. Let's start at the beginning, the moment of arrest. On TV, someone gets arrested, they're in handcuffs for a few minutes, and then they're sitting in a jail cell making phone calls. In reality, the arrest is just the starting point for a process that often takes many hours or more than a full day. In West Texas, bail cannot be posted immediately after an arrest because the person must first be transported and processed into the county jail. Once handcuffed, the person is transported to a county jail or detention facility. In West Texas, that could mean El Paso County, Reeves County in Pecos, or another rural county facility. Depending on where the arrest happens, transport alone can take 30 minutes to over an hour. During this time, they are not making phone calls and they are not posting bail. The official jail process has not even started yet. Transport and intake. Once the person arrives at the jail, they enter the intake phase. Intake is the initial jail processing stage, and bail is not set during intake. During intake, jail staff record basic identifying information, conduct an initial search for contraband, perform a preliminary classification, and ask medical screening questions. This is not booking yet. This is simply the jail acknowledging custody and beginning the administrative process. Depending on how busy the jail is, intake alone can take 1 to 3 hours. In West Texas, smaller jails may have fewer staff working overnight shifts, which can slow the process even further. Even if a family is ready to post bail, no bail exists at this stage. What families can and cannot do while waiting. This is one of the most frustrating parts for families because there is very little that can be done early on. During transport and intake, families usually cannot speed anything up. Calling the jail repeatedly does not move the process forward because intake staff do not control booking, magistrate hearings, or release decisions. What families can do during this time is gather information, confirm which jail the person is in, write down the full legal name and date of birth, be ready to provide accurate information once bail is set. What families cannot do yet is post bail, negotiate bond amounts, or demand release. Until booking is complete and a magistrate has reviewed the case, the system simply is not at that stage. Knowing this prevents hours of unnecessary panic. The booking process. Booking is the longest pre-bail stage after an arrest and must be completed before bail can be set. During booking, several things happen. Fingerprints are taken and sent to state and national databases. This is not just for identification, but also to check for outstanding warrants or prior arrests. A booking photograph is taken to document the person's condition at the time of arrest. All personal property is inventoried and stored, including phones, wallets, keys, and jewelry. These items are not returned until release. A full background check is run. If there is an outstanding warrant from another county, this is when it appears, and it can delay release significantly. Jail staff also conduct a classification interview to determine housing placement and assess medical or safety concerns. In smaller West Texas jails, booking may take 1 to 2 hours. In larger facilities like El Paso County, booking can take 6 to 12 hours, especially on weekends or holidays. A common misconception families have is thinking bail can be posted immediately. At this stage, bail still has not been set. When bail is actually set in Texas, bail is typically set during a magistrate hearing, which must occur within 48 hours of arrest. This hearing is also known as an initial appearance or Article 15.17 hearing. During this process, the magistrate informs the person of the charges, advises them of their right to an attorney, and sets bail. This is the moment families are waiting for. But magistrate hearings do not happen on demand. In larger counties like El Paso, magistrate courts often operate around the clock, and a hearing may occur within 12 to 24 hours. In rural West Texas counties, magistrate hearings often occur less frequently, which can delay when bail is set. A Friday night arrest may mean waiting until Monday morning before bail is even discussed. Weekends and holidays slow everything down even more, especially in smaller counties. What magistrates do and do not do, magistrates play a very specific role, and understanding that role prevents a lot of confusion. Magistrates do not decide guilt or innocence. They do not hear evidence. They do not negotiate bond amounts, and they do not speed up release. They also do not speak with family members or take phone calls about individual cases. Their role is limited to informing the arrested person of their rights, confirming the charge, and setting bail based on legal guidelines. Once the magistrate hearing is complete, the case moves forward, but the release process is still handled by the jail. Why release still does not happen? Immediately after bail is set. Even after bail is posted, release is delayed because the jail must complete internal release processing. This includes verifying bond paperwork, confirming there are no additional holds or warrants, returning personal property, and completing discharge paperwork. Best case scenarios may take 2 to 4 hours. Typical release times range from 4 to 8 hours. In busy or understaffed jails, release can take 12 to 24 hours or longer. Delays are often caused by jail population levels, limited staffing during nights or weekends, outstanding warrants, or simple paperwork errors. In West Texas, posting bail late at night or on a weekend usually means waiting until the next morning or later for release. TV versus reality television gets this process wrong for one simple reason. Accuracy doesn't make good television. TV shows skip intake, compress booking, and ignore magistrate scheduling. They show instant phone calls, immediate bail, and fast releases because it keeps the story moving. In real life, the system is slower, layered, and heavily procedural. Every step must be completed before the next one can begin. Understanding this difference helps families stop measuring real life against something that was never realistic in the first place. Where families usually panic and what defendants already know families, most often panic after an arrest due to delayed phone calls, slow release after bail is posted, and unexpected jail holds. Phone access is limited during intake and booking, and calls may not happen for 6 to 12 hours. This does not mean something is wrong. When bail is posted but release does not happen immediately, it is usually because the jail is still processing paperwork. A hold means there is an outstanding warrant or issue from another jurisdiction that must be resolved before release, which can add days to the process. Defendants who have been through the system before already expect this. They know the process moves slowly and that delays are normal. Why knowing the process matters. Understanding the arrest and bail process in West Texas does not make it faster, but it does make it less terrifying. In West Texas, it typically takes 12 to 48 hours for bail to be set and another 2 to 12 hours for release after bail is posted. When families understand what is normal, they stop assuming the worst and start setting realistic expectations. This is general information, not legal advice. For legal counsel, consult an attorney.